I'm a real fly girl, I jet set round the world. Stamps on the passport, niggas tryna fly me out.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Way with Jazz and Tae. It's your girl Jazz and
Shantae, y'all.
And we are about to yee our biggest ha ever with this one.
Yeah, that was funny.
So this episode is coming sooner because of the fact that, you know, the queen, mother, honeybee, Miss Beyonce Giselle,
yes,
dropped Cowboy Carter last Friday.
And we told you guys last time that this is a Beyonce Stan podcast. So
the
whole episode's about that and nothing else.
My full-time job right now is Beyhive member, is Beyonce Stan.
That's my full-time job, 9 to 5. It is so hard. I am a brand ambassador, okay? Like, literally. I am just infusing positive comments about Beyonce in this album everywhere I can go. Whoever will listen, I'm telling it to.
No, literally. And even those, like, okay, listen. And I say this, I know I say this about every single album, but for those that have had nothing good to say about Cowboy Carter or like, you know, I'm not feeling it, you're hating just to hate and you haven't really listened to the album.
True.
Because this is a masterpiece.
True. Honestly, I was thinking about that. Okay, so like we were texting earlier and I was like, I haven't heard anything bad, really. Mm-hmm. It's mainly just the people who are like, I'm not going to listen because they don't.
Because it's country. No, or country. Yeah, like they're just not giving it a fair shot. And I'm not even going to hold you. We'll get into it. Country is still not necessarily my bag.
Right. You
know what I mean? I'm a fan because it is Beyonce, and I think that I'm liking it because it is Beyonce. But I think if it were anybody else, like you know, we'll get into it. But if it was anybody else with Miley Cyrus, I probably would just be like, next, love you, Miley, and I'm a stan. But like, next.
I don't know. I think if Miley's on it, I'm gonna love it.
I love no, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean. It's like,
but I do know what you mean.
Because it's them two together, it's an automatic.
Oh my God.
Like, this is like iconic.
Yeah.
You know, but like, and I hate to say it, Miley's always putting out music like this. Like, this is like one of her, like,
she's really found her
lanes. Like, yeah,
we'll get into it, but I definitely.
Anyways,
that's the thing that I love about that song the most is that Miley has really found her sound.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But yes, to the point of like, I just feel like they're not listening. They probably just don't like the hype of Beyonce, but also because they don't like country. And I feel like it was kind of same sentiments with Renaissance. But yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you got to at least give it a listen for like, if you like music, that's the only reason to listen. Like, this is giving range. This is giving growth. This is giving
amen.
Genius.
All right, so Shantae, what are we getting into today?
Outside of
besides Cowboy Carter.
I mean, that's it. That's the whole show. So we're gonna kick it off though with our intro review. So like what we thought, what our favorite songs are, some and all of that. Kind of what we just launched into, but we're gonna go deeper into it because obviously we have to tell you our favorite songs so that you can actually go and listen to them.
Yes,
you haven't listened yet. That is one thing I'll say. It is a long body of work. So it is good to start with like, if you know somebody who's heard it, start with their favorites first.
Which is funny because we were just talking about Usher's album being about the same length. We were like, it's too long.
No, honestly, you know me. Like, all I need is an 8-song album. 27 songs. When I first saw that, I was like, Beyonce, it needs to be good.
Give me an EP.
Because I was like, 27 songs is crazy.
Yeah. And there's a lot of songs on there that are like a minute or like just under a minute. Like, she's got a lot of like interlude type things on there. So that, it's, because when I saw that, when I saw at the end that the total running time was only like an hour and 18 minutes, I was like, oh, with this many songs, I feel like it should have been at least an hour and a half.
A lot of the songs are short.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do our intros and our reviews. And then we're going to go on and like talk about some of our favorite tweets. I just thought this was fun because obviously when the album dropped, everybody had something to say. And I just want to highlight some of my favorite tweets that I saw.
I like it.
And then we're going to kind of round it all out with our predictions, whether that be tour, whether that be visuals, because like, hello, we still don't have Renaissance album visuals. So like, I guess we really were the visuals.
baby.
And so it just like kind of like leads me to wonder, will there be visuals for this one?
I think so. I think, and we'll get into it, but I've seen a couple of things that people are like conspiracizing, you know what I'm talking about, whatever, theorizing. There we go. Inferring and theorizing about.
There we go.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's get into it, baby. As you already know, unless you're living under the biggest rock known to man.
Literally.
So on Mars. Beyonce released her 8th studio album, which that kind of blew my mind. I mean, like, I know she's been around forever, and so 8 albums seems right, but I'm also like, it feels like it's been 4.
I know what you mean. What you mean. Yeah, like low key for the majority of our like teen and adult life, Beyonce's like steadily kind of just been making music.
Yeah.
I feel like also since Beyonce, the self-titled album, which was kind of like her rebrand.
Yes.
She's really like, she's already an icon, but she really started to like make a name for herself, you know?
And I think that's why I'm like, it feels like 4, because it's like Beyonce, it was Beyonce, Lemonade, Renaissance, right?
No, she had Black Parade or The Gift.
Yes, we know that, but
and
like, I don't count that.
And the Carters.
Yeah, but I don't count those.
Okay.
I know that's how we're getting to 8. But
I get it. Oh, are those being okay? I mean, that makes sense.
To be right.
Okay, no, that totally,
because like they're not counting
sense.
Destiny's Child.
Right. Okay, let's go through it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you're right. So Dangerously in Love, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce,
right,
4,
right,
Beyonce,
right,
Lemonade, The Gift, Renaissance, and Cowboy.
Yeah.
I
would say like taking out those like that one, The Gift, even though I do love that album.
No, that's weird because with Cowboy Carter that gives us 9. Let me count it one more time.
Is The Gift really counted as a studio album of hers? Is that the one? Is that?
Wait, shit, fuck. 1, 2.
Is The Gift the one for The Lion King?
Yes.
I don't think that one should count because that was for the Lion King soundtrack.
I think you're right because like it's 9 if I'm including that. Also, you know what I think is really cute and nifty? Her album 4 was her 4th studio album.
Oh, that's probably why she did.
Isn't that so cute? Well, 4 is like her favorite. It's like her favorite number 2, but like it makes sense. I get it.
Cute.
Isn't that so cute?
So she's gonna have one more kid then, huh?
Oh gosh, please don't, Beyonce. I love you, but I like you. I like you working and entertaining us and robbing us blind.
Robbing us literally blind. Like, I am just like, OMG. We'll get to that. But, you know, with this 8th studio album, she has us all ready to grab our custom cowboy hats and boots and have a I was about to say bootlicking good old time.
We are absolutely about to have a bootlicking good old time.
We're out here doing line dances. TikTok has taken off with every song. There is literally a dance for everything. And I
need to buy more cowboy boots. I only have those silver ones. I need to get me a black pair and maybe like a white or cream pair.
Yes. Do you?
And then I'll be ready.
How this is about to become a part of my personality this summer?
No, girl, I found all of my funky belts and like my like gadgets from like all my dad's gun stuff. I'm about to wear like all my straps and stuff and be and ready to like ride a horse or something. Put me on a farm. Please.
Yo, like Fashion Nova selling cowboy hats for $20. So if you don't want to go and like have a custom made one for like $300, Fashion Nova's the place to go. Yeah,
I'm dead. Fashion Nova would. I hate that, but also get me one. I'm about to get me one
because, like I said, it's just a moment. So I'm not buying a $300 custom cowboy.
That's insane. Wow.
Even though there is some power that comes to having a cowboy hat, I will say that. Ever since last year, girl, I got my first hat at this conference in Austin, and when I tell you, I literally wore it every day. And then when I flew to Houston, Like at the end of the conference, I was wearing it in the airport and I got a little drunk because my flight kept getting delayed because
I'm crying.
it was storming. So I'm in the airport drunk, having a good time by myself with the cowboy hat on. I don't know what happened, but in between getting on the plane, getting to Houston, and getting to my destination, I had lost it.
Oh no, you were having too much fun.
When I tell you I was so sad for like majority of the trip, I kept bringing it up. I was like, man, I can't believe I lost my hat.
Damn. That really does suck. God damn.
Because I had plans for it. I was going to wear that probably to Renaissance.
Absolutely. No, for sure.
However, nothing beats my Renaissance cowboy hat. That thing, amazing. Thank you, Sonora.
What did you end up wearing?
It was the one Sonora made. That was like the disco ball.
Period.
Yeah.
That's right. Ugh, that was such a good time.
So let's get into it so that we can talk about more good times.
I'm saying.
So I'll kick it off. Personally, I think that the whole album is absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
I'm absolutely biased and I always lead with that. You know?
I have no notes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually like honestly, I'm actually kind of floored. Because here's the thing, like I said earlier, like when I saw 27 songs and I knew we were getting like a country vibe, I was like, oh, it's gotta be good, Beyonce, because I'm the type of person where we'll have a 30-song album and I only like 4 songs.
Right. But
I like this album from top to bottom. And I like to listen to it from start to finish.
And it has a really nice loop, like how Amen goes into American Requiem. I love it.
Oh my gosh. And like to that point, and talking about her other albums most recently, starting with Beyonce, but I would really say on like Lemonade and even Renaissance, she has gotten really good at telling like a full story with every track and having them all connect with each other. And I think she does that in a really like cool way every time, but like on this one it's very interesting because the first half is like almost I don't know, more heartfelt and deep and
I feel like more classical or like traditional country.
Yes. And then there gets to a point, I think it's spaghetti.
Period. Yes.
It's spaghetti, and then it gets very Beyonce, and I'm like, and like those are the ones with like the ones you want to dance to, and like some of the mashups I've seen, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be in the club to this.
You feel me?
Sure. So I really loved that a whole lot. The songwriting and the vocals,
insane.
I don't ever in my natural born life want to hear anybody say Beyonce cannot sing ever again.
And like the way that she stacks her vocals and like the harmonies, like that is so insane.
Girl, I feel like she did that because people be saying she can't sing. Oh, she's like, oh, I can't sing.
Right. And then I don't know if it might have been, I think it was Anjali that was telling me that the vinyl records, those like have some those are like the original like recordings and like vocals and stuff that she had put on, and I guess like, you know, things change when you actually release the like digital albums and stuff. So far stuttering over here, I've seen one video or a couple videos so far that talk about Two Hands to Heaven, and there's like additional ad-libs and like vocals on that when you listen to the vinyl versus what we're hearing on our streaming services.
I was not gonna buy it, and now I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I think you should. At least because you already have the one from Renaissance.
Yes,
like you might as well just keep it going.
She just needs to drop the prices to something that's a little bit more economical with all this fucking inflation. Hello, Beyonce, we're broke. You're broke.
I'm
we're
crying.
We're broke.
I'm screaming. but you're not wrong. Like the vocal acrobatics that she be doing is just insane, and I'm realizing more now. I mean, I feel like we've always known that she can get pretty deep or that her register can go really low, but she's really showing off her deep and lower register in this album.
Hell yeah, like that. Of course, going to the Two Most Wanted, like her and Miley are literally like switching off, and I'm like, first of all, who even knew we needed a Miley and Beyonce duet? But like, God, they sound good together.
And I've always like thought of Miley as someone like, you know, she does have a really low voice and like, but it's really nice to hear the range in the like, yes, you have a low voice, but like I can still go high. Like, don't play with me.
And that, I'm telling you, Miley Cyrus is honestly like she's like one of my all-time favorite artists. And it's because
I love hearing you say that.
It's because it's like, you know, like obviously she was Hannah Montana, so I feel like she gets a little bit of flack from that. And it's like, but like since coming from Hannah Montana, she's somebody just like Beyonce who has grown vocally and really found their sound. And I feel like she's also one of those people that really works at perfecting her craft.
That's a good point. And you know, you don't think about it too because of their age difference, but they came up pretty much the same in the industry, like very, very young and rising to like stardom really, really quick. Also, yeah. And being under huge names, like being under a fine-tooth comb or a microscope, you know, just constantly.
Having to be a role model when you didn't ask for it, but is what comes with the territory.
Literally.
And so I guess we did need that duet because hello, they're the same, one and the same. So what are some of your favorites?
Well, off top, I know my number one is, and it might change over time, but this is what happened with Renaissance is like, I found one song that I was like, oh, this is my shit. And I'm playing it the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's Sweet Honey Buckin'.
Okay.
Love it. And I just love one. It's like, it's one of those longer songs and it kind of changes up, but both halves, the first half and the second half are both fire.
Really good.
So freaking fire. I love that, like, you know, Pharrell is on it and so is My Guy The Dream. And like, you can really hear, like Pharrell has such a distinct sound and you can really hear him in that.
It's crazy. I'm going to have to like go back and listen because I didn't know Pharrell was on it.
Yeah, listen to the beat. It just like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. You'll hear it and you'll know. You're like, oh yeah, that's definitely Pharrell. But yeah, Sweet Honey Buckin' is my favorite. There's a part where she says, you know, like bucket. And then she says like a mechanical bull. And I just love like how she says it. It's so cute and like matter of fact, like a mechanical bull. Like, yeah, I'm just imagining her like on tour, like on stage, like performing that, just super and having fun.
On a mechanical bull.
Right. Okay, well, listen, I'm theorizing and fantasizing Beyonce and assless chaps on a mechanical bull on tour. And just, you see it? Can you see it?
I can see. I mean, she's already kind of doing that whole vibe in her, all her imagery, which,
you feel me?
We'll get to that with predictions because I'm ready to talk. I'm like excited to talk about the tour predictions with that thought in mind.
Other favorites are Riverdance because that's another fun one. It's another dance song.
Yeah.
Bounce on the shit dance. Bounce on the hit. Shit. No hands. Like
somebody mixed that with no hands, and I was like, "Excuse
the way you move it." That one.
Yes,
I just love that. Ugh.
Really good. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
Yaya and Tyrant. Those four. Yeah.
And they're all like right next to each other too.
And I love that, like, you know, when I saw that they put Dolly Parton on it, I was kind of like, when is she going to come in? And like, what is that going to sound like? And it's them harmonizing like down at the end. And I love that you can really hear it. And I feel like it's such a fun song also to get someone like Dolly Parton on. Because like, isn't she damn near 80 or like in her 80s?
Yeah.
Over here on Tyrant talking about she's a tyrant every time she ride it.
Can we also say like, I mean, like, I'm going to say something mean and something nice all at the same time. It's a backhanded compliment. It. Like, she obviously didn't look amazing, but like for her age, Dolly Parton looks really good.
Yeah.
Like, it always blows my mind how old she is.
No, I agree with you. Same because, with
like,
Cher.
Looking at her, I'm like, she doesn't look to me as old as she actually is.
It's like with Madonna. Madonna does not look great for her age.
But she's had a lot of weird face work.
And I feel like Dolly has too, low key. You know, she definitely has maintenance, but I feel like she's had very well done and well thought out and very nicely taken care of maintenance.
Yeah. She looks amazing. Because I'm like, she's been the same age my entire life, honestly.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this was a great album where there's something on here for everybody.
Yeah,
there's something on here for everybody.
I think that's a really great statement, because I think going back to the people who are hating just to hate, or like they don't like country, or they don't like Beyonce, like that's the one thing, like I was talking to coworkers about it, like how is this country, or like, you know, like how are people going to feel about it? I just feel like there's something for everybody on here.
Yeah.
I feel like there is literally no reason for you not to like at least one song on this album.
You feel me?
At a minimum.
I forgot, you know, when you were talking about it again with her vocals, American Requiem. Ooh. That just chills.
Girl, I got so many chills the whole album. I was like, first of all, it's hot out here, and I'm like, turn the heat up. Because I'm like, they're just running up and down my body. But like American Requiem, Daughters.
Oh my
god. Two of the Most Wanted, like even Two Hands to Heaven.
I love Two Hands to Heaven.
Yeah. I'll say I pretty much named a lot of my favorites just now. For me, like I said, like I like the whole album. I really like to listen from top to bottom. Yeah. But like my very first favorite was Bodyguard. It's still my favorite. It's just that doesn't feel country to me. That feels like a Beach Boys song, or like a Beastie Boys song. I don't know. One of them. It's
not Beastie Boys.
It's not the Beastie Boys, because they were that group.
Yeah. I was like, not.
I said it. As soon as I said it, I was like, no. So like,
I see what I get the vibes for sure. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
And actually, this is a tweet I forgot to screenshot or like save, but some girl was like, I need a convertible immediately so I can listen to Bodyguard on the coast. And I was like, I just really love, so like that's another thing. People are like, oh, you guys are so crazy and it's like cultish. And I'm like, this is somebody on who knows what side of the world who tweeted this. And that was the exact same feeling that I had listening to the song.
The exact same feeling.
If you can evoke that kind of like, not even the fact that it is that specific of a feeling that it's invoking from us, but the same. Bless you.
Excuse me.
She's having an allergy attack, you guys. We mentioned allergies earlier. Now she's going crazy.
Before we even got on here, man, she was like, I'm sorry, my allergies. I'm like, girl, we're over here dying. We're fighting for our lives over here on both ends of this country right now. Like,
but yeah, like I just think that's so cool, because I was like, how the hell are you gonna have the same thought as me? And I ain't tweeted it nowhere, so I know, you know, nobody's stolen my thoughts yet. But I thought that was cool. Yeah, so Bodyguard was like my very first favorite. I really like Blackbird because I like the story behind it, and I love the fact that like with the story behind it, she put black female country artists on it. I think that's so powerful and amazing.
I agree, especially considering the part where it's like, you know, you were only waiting for this moment, you know, and it's just like, and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you have everything that you need to make it, you know, it's just a matter of the actual like respect and acknowledgement when and where it's due. And it's really hard to get that being black, let alone a black woman, and let alone a black female country artist in this country.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think that was super powerful. And honestly, if I was Tanner Adele, I'd be in the studio crying. I would not have been able to get that out.
Girl, she was crying bad.
I saw that on her stories. I know.
She has such she has like
ugly crying.
Ugly cry. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's always the same. Like, it's not like when she was at the Renaissance concert, she had the same cry. And I was like, this is hilarious. Other favorites for me, Two Most Wanted, love that. They sound amazing together. I love Daughter. I just love that she broke down in opera, and like the vocals are going crazy. Like,
insane.
Riverdance is a favorite of mine. Levi's Jeans, I like that one because hello, Post Malone.
I like it too. It's cute.
It's so
and he has a really good country voice.
He sounds so good.
He has that one part where he's like, something sexy little funny.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then I like Two Hands to Heaven. I think it's beautiful. But then what has become like a rival for Bodyguard in the like it's only been out for like 4 days. So it was like Friday, Bodyguard was it for me. And then by Saturday, I could not stop playing Tyrant on repeat. I was like, wait a minute. This is really good.
No, Tyrant, that drop on Tyrant.
Yes. I was like, wait a minute. I like
I got that dope, did his thing. I like you. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, let me go follow his ass right now.
Yeah, that one's good. Somebody had said like they were going to add that to their workout playlist. And I was like, oh, absolutely. It's going to be on the workout playlist. Honestly, I'm going to play it out.
Is he a white man?
Is he?
Is a white man? Hold on. Let me see what. I think he's. Is he a white?
Not is he a white?
Hold on, let me see. He looks like he's a white, but he's got. I think this is his. Oh, you can't. Damn it!
I can't see it.
You can't. God damn it! I think. Whatever. Fuck it. But let me send. I'm gonna send it to
what's
you.
His
but
name?
I think Da got that dope. I think he has a black wife and two cute little. Oh no, he might be like Arabian-ish. He looks kind of like French Montana. What is that? Not Arabian, Middle Eastern.
I think he's Moroccan. I think. Oh,
don't cancel me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not even gonna say.
Fuck.
Don't even get me to lying. Don't get me to lying. I don't know. I actually think that French Montana is African. No.
What?
Yeah, but like but like the part of Africa that's like I don't know how to explain it. There are parts in Africa,
like South Africa, with all the white people.
No, there's like parts of Africa where they're like they look Middle Eastern. I want to say Morocco is one of them.
Be
like,
Madagascar.
I want to say like North. No, that is Africa, but that's an island. But like it's like North Africa. Yeah.
I don't know.
This is super random, but for work, I did like a whole like blog series on Africa, and we studied Africa in regions. So it was like North, East, West, and South. And yeah, I want to say it's South Africa, like southern region of Africa, and then like the northern region of Africa.
Wow. Okay, I need to look this up.
Yeah.
There's when I'm like Googling it, 'cause I don't know really what to look for. I'm seeing a lot of lighter skin African people, but they look kind of like Asian in a way.
Yes.
Like they look kind of Asian and
yes.
Features.
So that's also another tribe. I recently had like learned about them because somebody was saying something.
Khoisan tribe or something like that.
Yeah, somebody was saying how like people in the Philippines look like them, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna quote Shakira. We are all Africa. Okay.
It's like, where are we going with this? I know what you're talking about.
We are all Africa. We all came from Africa, and then it broke apart, and then things happened where like now our skin tones are different, but we're all African.
Right. We're still African. Period.
That's my whole tip. Period.
That's right. I'm
going
here
on
for
a complete left veer from Cowboy Carter.
Dr. Alishanka. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Google it. Look it up. I'm not lying.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We can say that for next episode.
However, I was like,
we do a deep dive.
However, I'm not speaking too diplomatically about it because what I know is like very piecemeal.
Understood.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get into what Twitter had to say next and share some of our favorite tweets that we thought were just really funny, really memorable, or really relatable in just a second. Okay, so now that we have given you guys our thoughts, our favorites, and introduced Cowboy Carter from our point of view, we wanted to kind of take it to Twitter's point of view and pull up some of our favorite tweets that we've seen since the drop of Cowboy Carter, because one thing, the internet's gonna be funny, and so is Twitter.
I know, especially Black Twitter, y'all.
Like hilarious. So some of my favorites, there was one guy, his @name is @Darius Amore. Mm-hmm. And he did like a thread while he was listening to each song. And so like he gave commentary on each song, but he also did it with like a GIF reaction from Red Table Talk.
Red Table Talk, that's right.
You definitely have to go check it out. But some of my favorites, like I'll do the ones for my favorite. So like Bodyguard, he's like, are you kidding me? This is such a well-written song. My God, there's so many different genres being fused together. Beyonce, the woman that you are. And I could not agree more. Two Most Wanted. So that's the one with Miley Cyrus. He said, okay, we back. This is such a beautiful song. Their voices sound so good together. It's the collab I didn't know I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Levi's Jeans. This is it. I'm body rolling and square dancing. Yeah, the TikTokers are going to eat this up for sure.
Period.
And yeah. And then lastly, I'll just say, on Riverdance, he says, oh, she was setting me up. I'm currently isolating each cheek and following instructions.
Literally.
You gotta trust the process.
I love that you did include one in here about Desert Eagle, and so did I, because listen.
Why was it that short?
Why was it that short? And two, you'll appreciate this because I know you can relate. It gives you that like sexy, funky feeling that like the Poppy Girl song does in The Wiz.
Yeah.
And it needs to be way longer.
It needs to be like its own album.
Give me another at least minute of Desert Eagle, okay?
For real. Like that's actually one of my favorites.
It's so sexy.
Yeah. But why did she make it that short? That low-key pissed me off. That's why I skipped over it as a favorite, but it actually is a favorite.
It's just short. Longer. Right. No, exactly. We just need more of it. That's it.
And that's been the consensus on the internet. Everybody's like, just so more. I love it. But why is it so short?
Really? Give us more, please.
Another one of my favorites. This one's more of a visual one, but essentially someone was like me in the office waiting for someone to ask me about Cowboy Carter, and it's, what is his name?
Leslie Jordan.
Thank you. Leslie Jordan sitting on the smallest ATV of life, like a child's ATV, in all cowboy get up. And I was like, the way me and my coworkers have had an in-depth discussion all Friday.
Literally. Just looking at each other like,
have you listened
We
yet?
need to talk about this.
Yes. And we will continue to talk about it until I feel completely just like over it. And that'll be never.
Right.
Another one of my favorites is actually from yours truly, Jasmine. And it's kind of how we kicked it off. And she said, good morning to the Beyhive and to the Beyhive only. If you're a hater at this point, you're literally just existing to be a hater. And like, period.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my very last one, but probably my favorite one, because I didn't have the same sentiment, but I was very surprised by Post Malone. Okay. You guys know this. But his ad handle is that guy Uptown. And he said, I can't explain it, but it sounds like she made Post Malone shower before recording. Laughing my
screaming. Stop it. That one's funny. That's funny. And it's actually, okay, so since we're speaking of Post Malone, there's this new movie out on Amazon Prime called Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a remake of that one with Patrick Swayze. And in the very open, and Jake Gyllenhaal looks damn good.
Okay, Jake.
He looks really good. But anyways, Post Malone is in the opening like fight scene and he's kicking ass. And he's all shirtless and
does he look good?
He doesn't look like Jake Gyllenhaal. No, he doesn't look good. He doesn't. No. No.
It was the way you were trying to make that noise.
I'm trying to find it.
It took you that long to find.
But it's funny. It's so funny because I just kind of feel like, not that he's been like ducked off lately, but like he has kind of, he's just kind of been a little bit quiet. And I feel like now suddenly he's like popping up again. And it was cool to see him in that movie after this drop with Beyonce. Like,
that's kind of true.
He's in his bag right now, and I love that for him.
I do too. He sounds amazing. I kind of want him to drop a country album, or like at least just like,
no,
I don't know.
I don't need to listen to more country music, please.
Maybe it's not country, but like I want something with him not using autotune.
Yeah, I liked him in. Oh, he still used autotune in Sunflower, huh?
I like that one because it doesn't sound the same. Like this sounded like they stripped it. They like
everything.
Vocals.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. Yeah.
So those are my tweets. Jazzy.
I'm going to start with this first one. It is also a visual one. I'm really hopeful that maybe we can try to like slide it in here at some point. But Beyonce, the whole time on Tyrant. And it's a gif of this cartoon hanging onto a ceiling fan, spinning around on this man's dick. It's so funny. But yeah, no, Beyonce, one thing she's going to do is tell y'all about how she likes to write it and grind it and how good it feels. And yeah.
She is very exactly that explicit when it comes to Jay-Z. I'm like, sis, we do not need all the details, but it does make for good music. But damn.
The next one is from Denzel Alexander. And I love this one too, because it's using a clip from Renaissance where I think it's a clip where she's like, she ain't no diva, right? Or something.
Yep.
And CMA said, you know, she ain't country. And Beyonce is like, who ain't country? Who?
Because first of all, she's from Houston, Texas, baby.
Like literally. And she even talks about in her songs, you know, like coming up, y'all said that I was too country. And then the rejection hit when y'all said I wasn't country enough. Like, make up your mind.
I felt that in my soul because when I tell you I am from Bardstown, Kentucky, it is country as hell out there. Everybody's accents are like thick as all get out. And so like, even now to this day, people are like, it would be like, I'd be somewhere in Seattle and they'd be like, where are you from? I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
America.
I'm American, if that's what you're asking.
And they'd be like, well, I hear like the country accent. And I was like, by the time I got to Seattle, I was like, oh, my country accent is gone. But
yeah.
Also, when I was in Florida, they were like, you can't be a redneck woman. And I'm like, I don't see why not, damn it.
Why can't I be?
Because I am.
Next one is from that clip from the MJ documentary, and it says Beyonce after the CMAs. And I took that personally. Because for real, no, as she did, I love that too, because it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I aspire to be this level of petty. Like, not to say that is solely the reason why, but it's definitely like, I feel like some of the greatest things come from somebody trying to be like, oh, you're trying to tell me what not to do? Well, let me show you just how good I can do this. Or like, you know, like, and I love that this body of work was, you know, partially inspired by that experience that she had.
You know, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I really like that she's playing around with different genres and sounds. And like,
for sure,
without the, you know, the CMA, like, fueling that fire, like, thank you for being a versatile artist, Beyonce.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, in true spirit, she kind of always has, just not to this extent. She might have played with like a song or two here or there, you know, but like to fully commit and do like a full send, I love that.
Yeah. I mean, like, she did it with Renaissance, but it's just like to see her do it again. I think, I was telling someone earlier, like, I just really appreciate that when an artist, one, will do that, will try it, succeed, it's even better. Because, like, after a while, it's like we say with some of these, like, or even these rappers or like some of these artists, it's like some of the music just starts to sound the same. You're putting out albums and it's all the same.
Literally.
You could play one track or 20 tracks. And I'm like, I didn't know we changed songs.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, it's okay to take a break for a few years and give us a nice, fully thought out and well-planned, cohesive body of art. That's okay. You can do that. You can take your time.
I appreciate that.
Next is from the Witcher, or Tia Witcher extraordinaire, aka at Cursed Hive. Miley put her whole boom to clap into that song, I fear. Which I loved because, again, going back to Miley's roots and her little hoedown, throwdown, whatever.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, where she is now and vocally she has really grown. I love that for her. I love that. I just love the like deep raspiness of it.
So do I.
That
is like the one thing I love about Miley's voice the most, because it's like, to me, that is not a sound that you hear often anymore. Nobody has that. And I'm like, now that she's like really leaning into that and giving us that, I'm like, yes, bitch.
Please.
Get deep in your bag.
Please. Yes.
Let them know you're Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter.
And
Achy breaky heart.
I do love too that, like, I feel like, especially with the younger artists, like, you know, Justin Bieber started off really young, Miley started off really young. You do take your time in growing into your voice and finding your sound and what works for you. Like,
absolutely,
you know, when you're this young artist, you know, a lot of people just like, they give you songs. You're not writing songs for yourself or sounds for yourself or whatever, you know, and it's really nice when you can grow into your voice and your own sound and like just freaking kill it.
You know, this is like it's on topic, but random little like left turn. But like,
give it to me.
Saddest part about Britney Spears' situation, because her sound has been that same pop sound. And I would be interested to know or to hear like what her true sound is.
I agree. I like that. Yeah. I know that they were speculating not too long ago that, you know, when she does get back into music, or that she wanted to get back into music, but that it would be what, like, you know,
she wants to put out.
It would be, yeah, exactly. Not going to be that, you know, candy girly pop music, which is great and it's kept us going for years, you know? But everyone loves it.
Something different.
Yeah, and you know, she's from Louisiana as well. I'm sure she would love to put out some country.
She would love, you know,
to put out I know she's a country girl. Or Alabama. No, she's from Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into some predictions because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm ready for everything.
So everyone is hypothesizing that she is dropping tour dates and tickets on Friday. This Friday, April the 5th.
No, wait. She did this with Renaissance. I think what she's going to do is drop tour dates and then announce the date that tickets are going to go on sale.
And I appreciate that, because I was like, first of all, Beyonce, you cannot drop tour dates and tickets on the same day.
No,
without no notice. Because also, like, wait, so there's not going to be no pre-sale?
And that's what I'm saying, because I just know we need to do what we did last time and secure tickets.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
You, me, Viv, Sonora, Matt, look, Demaria, your mom, Linda. Who else? I'm gonna see if I can get my mom in the mix.
Right. I might try to get my dad in the mix if he'll do it.
There's 9 of us. We just need at least 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Because when I was thinking about that, I was like, that's gonna be crazy. She ain't put out no promo, no nothing, and they about to just drop tickets. That's crazy. No way.
And I'll still buy them.
I mean, yeah, but like, we need a heads up. Niggas need to prepare. I need to have a excuse ready for why I'm not on work.
Right.
So that's one prediction, and that is one thing that we're all very, 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 very excited about. I think I will say I find it interesting that she would go on tour again this soon after having just gone on what felt like a 1.5 year long tour. International tour. Yeah. Especially after watching the documentary and seeing that she had like knee surgery. They were removing fluid from her knee.
I'm saying.
A bronchitis at one point. And I'm like, Beyonce, I just don't know. Like, I'm here for it, obviously. But right away,
I almost wonder if, like, what if she switches up the experience? Like, you know, what if she I know we got Renaissance the movie and that was like BTS or whatever, but what if like Cowboy Carter is like a movie? It's like Lemonade. You know, like what if it is like a visual album experience and that's what she's going to be doing instead of like a tour so soon? And then maybe Act 3 will be another like physical show-stopping tour.
Okay, so I like that.
Huh?
I like that for her because I feel like she needs to rest. I feel like we don't deserve as much as she's putting out. Like she is performing at a very high level. She's putting a lot of stress on her body. She doesn't get to spend a whole lot of time with her kids when she's like in this work mode. Yeah, and she could rest, please. It's like my car. Honestly, that thing could give out now if it wanted to, but please give me 2 to 3 more years.
It's so funny that you say that, girl, because almost every time I hear you in your car, I'm like, girl, you're one pothole away from falling apart, I swear.
Girl, literally one of these bad ATL potholes too, boy, I'd be like, it's done. It's a wrap.
She's held you the fuck down. I just remember driving up that mountain in the like snow with your car
with packed, all that load
next to semis and poor Josie in the back seat just
knowing it was a wrap. But yes, not to compare Beyonce to my car, but like she deserves a break, y'all. She has done a job. She has done well for us. We do not deserve all this, like, for real. But we appreciate it and we love it. But someone, I think her name is Bria. I'm not sure her full handle, but she's actually based in Seattle. She's like,
we know her.
Yeah.
We know her.
So she had put on TikTok like her prediction for the tour, and I loved it. So I had to come and share it because I was like, I actually don't hate this. However, it completely contradicts everything I just said about her taking a break.
Okay.
So she was saying like what she wants to see for the Cowboy Carter tour is like Beyonce, instead of doing stadiums, doing like fairgrounds and then turning them into like rodeo-esque Astro World. Like there would be funnel cake and there would be rides and like it would be an entire experience.
Okay, Shantae, yes. And to elaborate on that and coming back to what we were talking about, I don't know how long ago, but remember how we were thinking, oh, she's going to announce a Vegas residency or something.
Oh, yeah.
What if she does something like that in lieu of going on a worldwide tour? That way she doesn't have to get up and go everywhere. She can still, you know, do her. What if she does it at the Sphere?
Ooh.
I don't think she'll do it at the Sphere because, well, I don't know. What if
she did it out in like the deserts of Nevada though? Like,
no, right.
The effects and the aesthetics.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Also, I was going to say, like, to elaborate on what you were talking about, like with the Astro World, but country or Coachella experience, like to keep it that way. But what if like it's something like that instead? I think it might be something like that.
Oh my God.
You feel me?
I'm so excited. Like I liked what Bria was saying. I was like, well, that would be so much fun. But like now that we're like really thinking about everything that's kind of been said or connecting some dots, I'm like, ooh, I love this conspiracy theory because hello, that would be so much fucking fun.
Wouldn't it be? And like, you know, the fans would still be getting what they want. And it might be easier also for like, I don't know, say she like does that, stays in one place and is kind of like, you know, I'm doing this residency, whatever. Then she can have openers or like the people come through like Tanner Adele and them and like Shabuzi and like, you know what I mean? It would be easier. I was
going to say that.
It would be easier for them to like pop up and stuff and like, you know, rather than like, oh, she's in Houston, we might get Megan. Like, no, we know we're going to see.
I would love if she brought all of them on tour with her.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
And like if she did it in a style of like a festival, you know, because like if you also think about it, like rodeo is huge in Houston. It happens like it's already passed. I feel like it was in early March where there's like the fairgrounds. They've got people, you know, doing the cowbuck. I don't even know what it's called, but it's a big thing. And I'm like, I feel like if she did that, it would pay homage to Houston because she's always going to do that. It's on theme. She could then bring all of these other country music artists with her. It would appeal to a completely different crowd. So, you know, she's getting some more people's money.
Period. I just think it would be cool because like you're saying like, okay, so yeah, we've got a couple different stages, but then also you have like, okay, go to Rodeo Drive, get it, ha ha ha. And that's where they're riding the bulls at. But then you come over in this corner and here's the hoedown, throwdown headquarters and there's square dancing and line dancing going on over here. And then, over here in this section, we've got custom cut and handmade leather chaps and buckles and belts and get all your accessories alike.
All of it.
And, you want to ride horses? We got a stable over here. Go ahead, ride your horse, milk your cow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the Puyallup Fair, but with Beyonce.
Girl, literally. Do you know? Okay, we're talking about we ain't got no money, but I would spend good money for that experience because here's the thing. I feel like every time we've gone to a Beyonce concert, it's like a new experience every time, right?
Oh, every single time.
So it's
every
like
single time.
For Cowboy Carter,
every single time.
I mean, even if it's not this and she does just go to stadiums, we got to go to somewhere like Nashville or somewhere country as hell so that like we get a full yeehaw moment.
other predictions are like something that I wanted to touch on earlier when you brought it up, or like things that I've kind of like seen whispers of, is that like, you know, I don't think it's lost on us, or I don't think we're stupid or crazy for thinking that all the acts are of course like connected. Yeah. You know, and people are talking about like how at the end of Amen there's like a unfamiliar sound, or like the sound that doesn't obviously like go with the rest of the album. And there's been talks that like Renaissance was supposed to be act 2, and that Cowboy Carter was supposed to be like act 1, but just that like at the time of like release or whatever, maybe it was just going to be too heavier, it wasn't going to hit the way that it needed to, and so she decided to put Renaissance first. And they're speculating that that's also why we haven't gotten visuals, is because like we're being told this story or whatever the experience is that she's setting up for us a little bit like out of order. So once we get all of the acts, aka the full story, things like that will make more sense. Because I don't know if I haven't really looked at it too much, or I haven't looked into it too much, but people are saying that like some of the visuals from Renaissance and Cowboy Carter like intertwine, or like from
but it makes sense too, because like, you know how we were talking about Sweet Honey Buckin' is literally almost
sister to Pure Honey.
Period.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if she somehow like finds a way to like fuse both albums together for the visual part of it.
Yeah.
Like she gives us sweet, you know how sweet, wow, I cannot get it out. Sweet Buckin' Honey.
Sweet Honey Buckin'.
Sweet Honey Buckin'.
Like a mechanical bull.
It switches up. So it's like one part, it starts off with that song, and then the switch up is like it goes in, or it's a vice versa type thing. I think that would be dope.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're wrong.
The only thing I like kind of disagree with, or like I don't disagree, but thought process wise, Renaissance, if Renaissance was always the name, that one always feels like it would have come first, because Renaissance means a rebirth, right?
Which, yes, I agree. Yeah.
So it's like, it almost feels like, okay, if we're rebirthing ourselves and then we went country, hello.
Well, and it's crazy because I kind of feel like with both albums, there's that theme though of like a rebirth, because she even mentions it. I don't know if it's Amen or American Requiem, but she talks about, you know, for things to stay the same, they have to change at some point. Like, you know, like she kind of references that, or talks about that need for like change or something like that too. You know, like yeah.
So this reminds me of another tweet that I saw. The person deleted it, so I couldn't put it in our screenshots for today.
Was it negative? Is that why they were getting ate the fuck up?
Probably. But she had basically said something like, I just want like Get Me Bodied. I don't even remember what song it was, but it was like old Beyonce, like from her first album. Like one of those songs. She's like, I just want that Beyonce back. Basically like, I want old Beyonce back. And I was like, that Beyonce's left the building.
Yeah.
And I think that like to the point of Renaissance and this album, it's like she's literally going through some type of a transition. I feel very certain she's about to announce her retirement.
Don't say it.
Or at least
let me find some wood to knock on.
Girl, I thought it was going to happen after Renaissance because of the level of production and just like everything that we got.
Yeah.
But I feel like, okay, so we're getting act 2. We don't know what the tour, what that's going to look like, but you know, there's going to be something big that comes with that. And then like, maybe she'll do one more act, but I just feel like the transition is I'm transitioning into a different part of my life, like actually being a mother and like taking a break from all of this, because she's been doing it for like what, 20-ish years.
I said we're 30 at this point.
Yeah.
I'm also just like, I was getting confused because I swear to God, when she first announced Renaissance, was it not supposed to be 4 parts? Am I tripping? Because then
no, I actually don't know how many parts it's supposed to be.
Okay, because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about how you know like this is supposed to be a 3-act thing or whatever, and I'm like, where did I get 4 from? Like, where did I get that from?
Honestly, I didn't even know that there was gonna be like more than 2 acts. I knew like everyone at first was like, oh, act 2 will be the visuals. Then the visuals never came. And now we're like, oh, we know act 2 is this. So now everybody's like, act 3 is going to be
rock. I got you. I hear you.
And I'm like, how do we even know that there's more acts coming? Are we just being hopeful?
Right. let's see. Did Beyonce tell us how many acts we are getting?
I mean, but while we're on predictions and like theorizing, like I think it would be really cool if she did Act 3 as like a rock, because something that I feel like she kind of hit on Yaya.
I lied. It says it's 3. I think we're getting a solid 3 acts.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think rock would be a cool way to go, but like on Yaya, I feel like it gave Tina Turner. Oh my god, I can't get no words out right now. And so I was so like,
excited. That's why.
Right. I was like, I would love if she went the rock route and like paid homage to Tina Turner, who's one of her biggest like inspos. Or like, I don't know, like I also am kind of like if she went like a funk route, like
like a jazz funk, like
type route. Like I want to hear her do something else that's like different, but also like something I would listen to.
It could be nice, or it would be really cool if she did end on like I would say maybe like a Motown era. Because also let's talk about how big and huge and integral like that era and those artists were in art, like our history in music. Exactly. And knowing her and just how pro-Black she is and all about like education, it would be a really nice way for her also to be like, we've also done this first. We also innovated this, and y'all wouldn't have this if it weren't for this, and you're welcome.
And that's why I would love for her to go like a funk route.
Yeah.
Or
I agree.
Oh my gosh. Like definitely jazz. And that's another thing to the point of this one, like you can hear all of that stuff in Cowboy Carter.
Yes.
And everywhere. I love that.
And Linda Martell said it too, you know, like genres are a funny little thing. Like, you know, and like you can really make it whatever you want to be, and that's what makes this a unique listening experience. You've never fucking lied. Anytime Beyonce sings, it's a unique listening experience.
Yeah.
I'm slayed. I'm completely
You know
slayed.
what I'm saying? Like, I just can't get over it. Like, I don't want to be this much of a stan, but like when she goes this hard and puts in this much work, like how can you not? Like, who are we gonna have when she leaves or retires?
Stop. I don't want to think about it. Listen, I think by the time Beyonce like leaves and or retires, I think you're right. She'll probably retire long before we're like dying.
You're like, I hope to be close to death.
You feel me? Yeah. Literally.
I want to live in a world where Beyonce
without Beyonce. Like what?
But actually, because I'm like, who's she gonna pass the baton to? It might be one of her daughters, but they're young still.
It'll definitely be Blue.
Yeah.
Blue's gonna be the rappingest, hip hopping, dancingest, badass little girl ever, and she's gonna be tall, so she's probably gonna be a model also because, you know.
Absolutely. Well,
all right. I could spend another hour talking.
You know what I'm
about
saying?
Every
time I talk about it, I'm like, I could talk about this for hours if you really wanted to hear me talk about it. But I feel like we've educated enough, and we've stated our views and why we think that everybody should vote for Beyonce for president in 2020.
Amen.
Let's write it in on the ballots. Hello.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think of the album if you've listened to it. You got something else to add?
It's stupid, but real quick, if enough people did write in Beyonce on the ballot, would she automatically become elected? Or is it like you know what I mean? Like if it's just an egregious number.
Like if it was more than what the other two get in votes.
You feel me?
I think that's how it works.
They have to come and pick her up and be like, yo, sorry, girl.
So the people president
have spoken. You are our new world leader. Sorry, B.
Could you imagine? That's some TV shit.
No, you feel me? Right. Like, what if we lived in that society?
I feel like, hey, anything is possible. If we could get enough people together to do that, it could be interesting to see. It'd be more interesting than a rematch. The rematch we're seeing. But yes, that is our review and culmination of what we thought about Cowboy Carter. We want to hear what you guys thought and what are your favorite songs. Mm-hmm. Can you relate to anything that we said or any of the tweets that we read out? we hope that you guys loved it as much as we did, because we want to talk to people about it. So hit us up in the DMs, hit us up on Twitter. If you know our phone numbers, text us.
Period, please. DM us, tweet us, text us, all of it. Send me a fax.
Okay. By pigeon carrier, however. But yeah, get at us and let us know what we should talk about next time. As always, it was great talking to y'all. Peace.
Bye.
I'm a real fly girl, I jet set round the world. Stamps on the passport, niggas tryna fly me out.